You've arrived at the Texas to Tennessee podcast, your home for your favorite independent artists and a couple of guys you've never heard of.
Who?
It was Texas, it was Tennessee. It was what I had coming to me. You were unlike anything.
Howdy, folks. You have arrived at the Texas to Tennessee podcast. My name is Steve. Up top, that's Soul Gravy. He's sipping on some tea tonight.
Definitely.
Yep. He's going to be in for a few minutes, and then you're stuck with me, folks. But good news. Our friend Heath Owens is here to join us tonight. Welcome in, Heath.
Hey, thank you. Appreciate you guys for having me.
Shoot, appreciate it. We're excited to get to chat with you, and I think maybe to get started, what we'd like to do is first wish everybody Merry Christmas, but also I want to hear your story. So anything that you would like to share, just so we can get to know you just a little bit better.
Yeah, for sure. So started off, I was born in Bakersfield, California. Moved to Twin Falls, Kimberly, Idaho, actually, at a pretty young age. Grew up. My whole life was really in Idaho. Recently, I just moved out to Oklahoma City, Edmond to be more exact, but to follow the music dream, man. And I've been doing music for about 2.5 to 3 years. Been loving every second of it. So my younger life, I was big into sports, football player. Went to Idaho State for 1 year to play football, and that my NFL dreams were shattered there. In a perfect world, if I was 6'4", I'd be playing in the NFL, but found out that I could sing and play guitar a little bit, so I decided to drop out and start playing music. So, and here we are.
All right. Well done. You passed the first test, which is sometimes can trip people up when they have to talk about themselves. So great job.
Well, thank you.
You gave us a little bit of a hint. So there's Bakersfield, there's Edmond that we could have used tonight, but it feels like the hometown is really Kimberly, Idaho. So, folks, Kimberly, Idaho is in south central Idaho. Population as of the 2020 census, 4,626 individuals, up 1,400 from the 2010. So it's growing.
Yeah.
So, you don't see that all the time.
Yeah. It's growing fast. Yep.
Absolutely. Was founded by a gentleman named Peter L. Kimberly. He was involved in the construction of the Milner Dam, which is pretty important to the area. So there's a little bit of history, folks. We are going to move into Why Are They Famous? Twin Falls County, Idaho edition. So Gravy, I hope you're ready.
I'm ready.
All righty. First off,
I just watched the John Elway documentary, which and apparently he has a lake house in Idaho. So
nice.
I don't remember what the lake was because I was kind of in and out of it. But
who should we shout out for the documentary?
It's on Netflix.
Okay, all right.
Pretty well done. I mean, as a young Kansas City Chiefs fan, I couldn't stand John Elway, but it did kind of break my heart to see John Elway hugging Neil Smith. I have to say that was not a good memory that I liked. But anyway,
it was odd.
No, they end the dock on a lake in Idaho. So
nice. Well, good news, Netflix. We're still available for sponsorship. Hit us up.
Yeah.
All righty. First individual. His name is Bruce Wayne Bastain. It's going to be easier if I stopped at Bruce Wayne, but
yeah, I was kind of wondering if Batman was from Idaho, but
I'm not sure.
All right.
This gentleman co-founded, have you ever used WordPerfect?
I'm sure I have.
Yeah, it's one of the, it was founded in the 70s, so it was like early computer, kind of helps you make spreadsheets and whatnot. So yeah, I feel like a lot of people have used it and probably didn't even know that's what it was called. So it helped you craft stuff. So shout out to Bruce. He passed just a few months ago. So sorry about that. Next up, Paul Durham.
I'm not sure if I'm familiar.
Well,
is he related to Bull Durham?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Probably not. Have you ever heard of the band Black Lab?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Stray Palace or Cake or Death. Also, he was in all three of those bands, but he was the lead
I mean, I like that one.
guitar player and singer for Black Lab.
As a diabetic, I'm a friend. I like Cake or Death. That's fitting. That's
It's kind of the choice.
that's whichever. You know, sometimes both.
All right. This one I feel like you might have a chance, but then again, after second thought, maybe not. William
not.
Mark Felt. So he went by Mark Felt, if that helps.
Mm-hmm. I don't think
Nope.
I'm familiar.
He was an FBI agent and was kind of known for uncovering the Watergate scandal.
Okay.
So historically famous. This is going to be your best chance. You might want to hit the Google images while you're at it.
Must be an actor.
It might be.
Okay.
Young lady's name is Christina Hendricks.
All right. I'm not sure if I'm familiar with her work or not. Yeah, yes. I don't
Okay.
remember why.
Well, she's probably best known for her the sassy real estate advertising executive in Mad Men. So
Okay.
Yep.
That's where I've seen the face. Yep.
She's pretty famous. So
Great show.
It is good. Robin Hilton.
I'm not familiar.
This one's a
don't think.
little bit obscure. But she was her most famous role was as Miss Stein, as secretary to the governor in Mel Brooks' 1974 comedy Blazing Saddles.
Okay. Well, I've seen it a bunch.
Yep, you'd recognize her probably. All right, we have two more. This one's a little bit of a reach after I did some research, but I wanted to have a full bucket for you here. So Corby Lenker, Lenker.
I don't think I'm familiar. I don't think.
Corby is an American folk and Americana singer-songwriter and actor. He had an album called Thousand Springs and his book of short stories, Medium Hero. He's a son of a mortician. I don't know why I had to include that, but I just felt like I should. He now resides in Nashville, but he's originally from the area. Shout out to Corby.
Gotcha. All right.
Last but not least, Doug Marsh, Martsch, normal spelling.
I don't think so.
He's lead vocalist and guitarist of the indie rock band Built to Spill.
Okay.
Folks,
I don't know who they are, but
yeah, shout out to them.
I've
right?
got homework.
Yeah, there's more than
Those
I
are
thought
the
there was going to be, honestly.
Yeah, famous folks from
I got to
Twin
go look
Falls
up
County, Idaho.
Built to Spill and Cake or Death. That's my that's my homework.
Black Lab too. Black Lab's probably
I've seen that. I think I've seen that sticker or something around at like the punk style clubs that I've been to.
All right, Soul Gravy, you're off to production world. Thank you for joining tonight.
I'm here for now, but
okay, all right,
I'm just gonna go quiet and just look pretty.
Well, Heath, thanks for letting us for amusing me and both of our viewers tonight. So we appreciate that.
Heck yeah, I'm interested in all that good stuff.
All right, well, very, very good. So this question is probably I don't know if it's it's not the oddest question we're going to ask, but it's one we ask every time early on, just so we can kind of understand where you sit musically. So this is called the pie question, and I'm going to give you a pie. It's a musical pie. We're going to divide it up into 4 sections. Those 4 sections are songwriting, recording, performing. And then the 4th piece of pie is everything that doesn't fit into one of those first 3 sections that you probably end up spending a whole bunch of time involved in, but isn't necessarily directly related to music. So social media, tour management, booking, repairing the band van, like everything else that ends up taking a bunch of time. So that's the 4th piece. But I want to know which one of those four pieces is really home for you? Where do you feel the most comfortable, or where do you feel like, oh, okay, this is where I excel?
For sure. Yeah. I really love to perform live. That's what I really love to do. I think that's my best attribute in that pie as well. If you haven't seen a live show, it's tough to compare your studio work and your the stuff that you have uploaded to Spotify and stuff like that, and comparing it to your live show. 9 times out of 10, I love a live show more than listening to somebody on my phone. So
Sure.
I really put a lot of pride into working on making that live show just a great experience for everybody. No matter where you're coming from, that's if you can, bring some hope or some joy to somebody in that room, then that's all I care about. Whether there's one person or whether there's 6,000 people, it don't matter. So I that's my favorite part. Yeah. I also
Okay.
love to network. I don't know what piece of the pie that fits into, but
That's fourth piece.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I love talking to, booking agents and managers and, all the other artists backstage. And I just love talking about music and just learning. So, yeah,
Cool. That's very cool. I don't know that I don't think we've had anybody say that yet. So that's super cool because we're on like 190,
Yeah.
sweet.
185, 190 episodes. So that I think that's awesome. All right. So
Which is a very important part of the deal for
For
sure.
sure.
incredibly important. Yeah. So I guess the next question I'd have is, at what point in your kind of journey did you realize that performance was like, that was the thing?
For sure.
How did you discover that?
That's how I started. So, my guy Heath Clark, he's actually from Twin Falls. I think he lives in Nashville now. But so shout out Heath Clark. He really got me into music. So I was just playing around at home. My mom was recording me, putting it on Facebook, and I went out to one of his shows in Twin Falls, and he actually invited me up on the stage. I got to play a couple songs, and I was hooked. So from um, from the beginning, it was all about the live show, really. After I played that show, I started booking my own shows and stuff like that. So I didn't really start writing music until probably 6 months into that, until I wrote my
Okay.
first song. So I love writing, and I'm getting better at it every day. But I can't say that's my true love because it just all started off with the live show.
Right.
Yep.
And then in terms of the networking, at what point did you realize, one, that you enjoyed it, but two, that you maybe had a skill set there that would work for, because not everybody can do that.
Right. Yeah, I think I'm always trying to learn new things. I always love to listen to people's stories about how they got to where they are. So, because I'm trying to pave my own way, So if I can take a little piece from your story and a little piece from your story and kind of put it into my own story, that's a huge part of this music, journey. So I think it's pretty cool to just learn about everybody's, their story and just getting to know them as people. Whether it's I'm trying to get them to book me or that doesn't really matter to me. I'm more about the relationship. I really love just meeting people, and even if it's people in the crowd, like I just love talking to people and getting their story. And I just like communicating with people. So I think that's just a good part. That's a good attribute to have for sure.
Absolutely. All right, so I'm gonna go a little bit different direction. I got to be 100% honest. I wasn't super familiar with your work until this week,
Mhm.
but now I am, and I'm impressed. But not that that makes a huge
Well,
difference.
thank you
But
though. I do appreciate
yeah,
it.
but I did learn a fact, and I'm sure you get asked this a bunch. But I feel like if I didn't ask it, I would kick myself. So last name, folks, is Owens. Great grandfather is Buck. Can you share anything about that? That seems wildly
Yeah,
interesting to
for
me.
sure. Yeah, Buck Owens, the man, the man himself. He's my great grandpa. Um, so music it kind of runs in the family, kind of doesn't. My parents were very sports oriented, so they weren't really into music a whole lot. But my grandpa, he lives pretty close to Nashville, and he's got a little band out there, and they play all the time. But yeah, I was born in Bakersfield. So that's where. Well, Buck Owens is actually from Sherman, Texas, but they
Right.
moved out to Bakersfield during the Dust Bowl and stuff like that. But if you don't know who Buck Owens is, he was a big country artist in the 50s and 60s, and he had like 21 number one songs. And even if you don't think you know one, you know one. So I'll tell you that right now.
Well,
But yeah, so Pretty cool to have that in the family. I only met him one time. He held me when I was really little. I think he died when I was 1 or 2.
Okay.
So, yep.
Yeah. Well, Sherman is about 40 miles from me, so I'm very familiar with Sherman. And honestly, even if you hadn't, if maybe some of our younger viewers aren't super familiar with Buck Owens, e- even if you haven't heard his songs, you've heard his influence. So you've heard
Yep.
people like Dwight Yoakam and so many folks that came out of that Bakersfield sound. So super interesting, and thanks for sharing. I might when I went to your website to look it up, I was like, did, did I read that right? And then yeah, I mean, how cool is that?
Heck yeah.
Has that I don't know, can you tell, has that helped at all in terms of trying to open doors, or is that not something you necessarily lead with? Or
I don't usually lead with it, but I'd say that it does help when people figure it out. Most of the time I'll let people figure it out themselves.
right?
Once they figure it out, I'm all about talking about it. I love talking about it. But
Yeah.
the other thing too is I don't really see me living in, like a Buck Owens shadow, because I don't look like him. I don't sound like him. My sound is completely different.
Oh,
So,
sure.
even if I did lead with that, I don't think that would put me in under any shadow. You know what I mean? But
Sure.
but yeah. So like we opened up for Josh Turner this year, which was a huge
Oh, wow.
opportunity for us. And Buck Owens was a big influence to him. So getting to talk to him about, and he even told me that Buck Owens like really helped him get into the music scene, which was huge for me to hear. Would I mean, and then you get an opportunity to talk to Josh Turner about your great grandpa and kind of bond over that. So even just in networking opportunities like that, it's been huge. Yeah,
Yeah. What a full circle moment,
yeah,
man. Like,
yeah.
I mean, you know, Buck helped him. He might have helped you a little bit getting
Yep,
on that shit. I mean, that's pretty cool.
for sure.
So that does lead me into one of the questions about um, you're relatively early on in your career. I
Hmm.
mean, I feel like that's safe to say. Um, do you have, I would say, mentors or people that you look to for advice? You don't necessarily have to say who they are, but I'm curious, maybe some of the things that they've shared with you along the way to kind of help you through some of the different patches that the music industry delivers.
For sure. Um, yeah, actually, one of my football coaches always told me, and this is very interesting to me, and I like to tell people this too. But like you'll have your friends. So I'll put this in football terms, like he told me. So you got your friends on the football team, but you have to have your friends on the outside of the football team to like kind of take you away from that and to give you a break from, thinking about football all the time, or in music terms, like, you got to have your friends in the music industry, and you got to have your buddies that you write with, and you got to have your buddies that you do, shows with and stuff like that. And that's the majority of your life, but you got to have those friends on the outside. That kind of help you, step away from that and get your mind off of that. So you're not just drowning yourself in, thinking about that one thing all the time, which I think is pretty unhealthy. So
Yep.
that's one. My parents have been a huge, support to me throughout this whole thing. So they've given me a lot of advice of just how, to even just live on my own, because I just moved out recently, and yeah, it's been a great experience, and they've helped me through the whole process of being in music. Um, and then I have a manager, Julie, with Smokeshow Entertainment. She's been really great. I talk to her, on the daily, and she helps me out with a lot of different things. So that's been priceless for sure.
Yeah. Super important. I know that's the probably a tough decision to know when you need a manager. I feel like that is one of those things that okay, I don't want to say everybody, but a lot of folks when they get started, they think, okay, well, I need somebody to do booking, I need a manager. But sometimes you can get the cart in front of the horse a little bit there in terms of, there's a value to learning all the different aspects of doing it
For sure.
and then growing into that manager role. How did you know when you were ready to, I guess, take that step?
Well, I guess that's the funny thing is I don't think you ever really do know. I think I think I did it kind of backwards. I think when and I don't mean to sound cocky, but I think when like a manager sees something special and they want to, help that person get to where they want to be, not a lot of management and label, agencies and stuff like that are willing to do that and develop people anymore. So I think it's really cool that she, kind of gave me a chance as a smaller artist to help me get to that point. So it's not necessarily to where I can't handle all of my booking and all of that stuff.
Sure.
But it definitely is a huge help. It's a huge help. So I can focus more on the writing and who I want to record music with and stuff like that. So, yeah, but I guess I didn't really know that I was ready for it. I'd say, I just kind of got into it and I'm just enjoying it. So it's
Yep.
been good.
Well, there's definitely, I mean, at some point you have to sit down on the equation and go, all right, what kind of value return are we getting out of this? Because most managers don't work for free. So,
Right.
definitely an investment for sure.
For sure. Yeah.
In terms of Edmond, so I'm super familiar with Edmond, but how how I mean, how did you decide that was going to be where you wanted to base out of?
So first off, Highway 30 Music Fest in Idaho. Played that a couple times, and I got the opportunity of meeting this hat company called Western Sin. And I did a little partnership with them for a while. One of the workers there, his name's Tyson. He actually lives in northern Oklahoma, like around Tulsa area.
Okay.
So made really good friends with him. He's actually really close with the Bryan family, like Zach Bryan, Dwayne. They're really good friends of ours up in northern Oklahoma. So they've really, kind of made us family, me and my brother. So when I decided I wanted to move out here, it was either Oklahoma or Texas, and I knew
Sure.
them already. So I was like, well, let's just move closer to them so that I know some people out there, and so I'm not completely by myself. But yeah, so that's kind of how the Oklahoma deal went, and I just love the music out here.
It's amazing. Now, if you don't mind me asking, how long have you been in Edmond?
About 3 months. So
Okay, so
not
it's
too
still
long.
pretty new. Yeah. All right.
Yep.
Well, it's a great location because you can get, I mean, I-35 will take you anywhere.
Yep. Yep.
You know, a lot of venues up and down I-35. So I'm sure that was part of the decision of trying to
Definitely.
get closer to having more options of places to play.
Yep.
That's safe to say. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I've spent most of my time out here in Texas, like around Fort Worth area, and just got back
Sure.
from San Antonio. So, yeah, Texas is like, I think that's where I really want to be. So once my lease ends out here, I'll think I'm going to end up in Fort Worth.
Okay.
But
Great.
yeah, so I mean, the connections, like Trig 44 and all those people out there have been really good to me. So, I think that's probably where I'm going to end up. But I think Oklahoma is a great stepping stone for that point. Yep.
Yeah. Well, there's some pretty, I mean, if you just historically look at Oklahoma, and I know sometimes, it depends on who you ask if they're from Texas or Oklahoma, but I mean, the amount of huge acts that have come out of Oklahoma is really impressive.
Yep.
Obviously, Texas has a lot as well, but even just right now in kind of the, I don't know if we want to call it shred dirt or the a little bit more aggressive
Yep.
country flavor. Gannon, Treaty Oaks living up there now, or Sam's living there. Noah Bowman. I mean, there's a ton of folks that are where that sound is pretty embraced. So it's a
Yep.
good place to be. So
For sure.
very cool.
Definitely.
All right, we are almost at the time for halftime. We're gonna listen to one of your songs, and you've been nice enough to agree to play it for us. But before we get there, we talk a little bit about the booking side of it. I want to know if you have maybe some lessons or things that you have learned about, trying to book shows. I know that we have a decent amount of artists that come in, and it's always nice if somebody can share a tip or something that's working for them, because I think we all feel like we're in the same battle some days, and not necessarily getting a return on every single piece
Yep.
of correspondence that we send.
Yeah. Yeah, the biggest thing for me that kind of works for me is just go to the bar and talk to whoever books, or if they're not there during that, go to a show and talk to an artist and get a contact, and then meet up with somebody, because a face-to-face and a handshake goes a lot further than just an email or a phone call. Emails and phone calls might work. If you're 1,000 miles away, it's not like you're going to show up to a bar, right?
Right.
But like this pretty recently, I went to Nashville to record some music. On my way back to Idaho through Nashville, stopped in Nebraska, stopped at like Buck's Bar and Grill. try to talk to them. He actually wasn't there, so if anybody knows how to get me in there, please do that.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, so just opportunities like that. If you're going somewhere, just stop in, say what's up, and meet them face to face. I think that's a big part of it. And with booking agents and stuff like that, I don't really have like I haven't signed with anybody, so I don't really have a booking agent. But when it comes down to that, I think it's the same thing, like invite them out to shows and get to know them. It's going to be a working relationship that you're going to need to have. So getting to know somebody to know whether it's the right thing or not is a big deal.
Great. Well, thank you for sharing that. I appreciate it. We have a song that is going to be released in January, and it's called Make Me Hater. So
Yes,
anything
sir.
that you want to share on this one before you play it, we're all ears.
Yeah, so this song I wrote with a buddy in Nashville. His name is Cooper Ledford, and this guy's amazing. Shout out Cooper Ledford, go listen to him. But this song's kind of about how a girl cheated, and there's nothing that she could do to make you hate her. So it's kind of a breakup song, and it's kind of a love song. So I hope you guys enjoy it. It goes something like this. I met her down at Gulf Shores, the summer 23. She had her brunette hair in the Bama air, and her green eyes locked on me. Spent that July riding back roads and singing How Long Gone. I still don't know the answer since she left me all alone. Now she's meeting his mama and covered in his cologne. You'd think I'd curse her name, but I just can't seem to let her go. She could crash my car off a bridge, burn my house down with a lighter, 'cause she still had my heart, even after the fire. She could spark up my whole world, steal my six string and my driver. When there's nothing left of me, it turns out she's all I desire. She could try anything in the world, but there ain't nothing that can make me hate the girl. After 3 short months together, I gave her a key, and she packed her things and moved back home to Muscle Shoals with me. I worked 2 jobs to pay the rent, but one night I got off early, and to my surprise walked in the door to a dude in a Bama jersey. She could crash my car off a bridge, burn my house down with a lighter, 'cause she still had my heart, even after the fire. She could spark up my whole world, steal my six string and my driver. When there's nothing left of me, it turns out she's all I desire. She could try anything in the world, but there ain't nothing that can make me hate the girl. She showed up at 3 a.m., begging to come back home. Lord, I should probably tell her no. But she could crash my car off a bridge, burn my house down with a lighter, 'cause she still had my heart, even after the fire. She could spark up my whole world, steal my six string and my driver. When there's nothing left of me, it turns out she's all I desire. She could try anything in the world. Oh, she could try anything in the world, but there ain't nothing that can make me hate the girl. Something like that.
Or maybe not. All right. Well, yeah, that was great,
Hey,
man.
thank you. I
I
appreciate it.
unmuted you. I got you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah. Great song and shout out to Jake Slay in the comments there. I don't know if you can see
Hey,
that or not, Heath,
I can't see it, but what up, Jake?
okay.
Yeah. Excited to have Jake back on so soon.
I know.
Was it last week or 2
It
weeks?
was last week. Yeah.
Last week. All right. And, well, you get old, you forget these things. But man, we had fun with Jake, so
Hey, he's a
appreciate
good
him
dude.
hopping in. I do want to ask, is that song gonna? Well, you might not be able to share this with me. If you can't, then that's fine. But will that song be part of a future full set or project or album or anything? Or
Not quite.
are we just doing singles right now?
Yeah, we're just doing singles so far. Yeah, we're newly with Grady Saxman in Nashville, and
Okay.
so we're really trying to just create a cool sound. Still like trying to work out the knots and stuff like that. So once we kind of figure out what we exactly want to do, because we've been kind of all over the place with our music sound. We got some like Zach Bryan sound and stuff. We got some more gritty, grungy kind of stuff. Everything to
Sure.
like a little bit of reggae influence. So we're trying to figure out our sound right now, and until we do that, I think we're just gonna put out singles until we can find that cool sound for an album. Yep,
Makes sense.
for sure.
Well, since this is the Texas to Tennessee show, I feel like I should ask about your experience in Nashville. Kind of how regular are we going to Nashville, and what have been some of your takeaways so far?
For sure, yeah. I love Nashville. It's awesome. It's beautiful out there. If you're looking to write or meet, somebody famous, go to Nashville. Like, go to Nashville, go to Midtown, and go to Red Door. Like, it's not crazy to see like Post Malone there or something like that. So, it's a great networking opportunity. I love it out there. It's expensive, but it's a good time. But yeah, so I go out there, every time I recorded my last song. It's called Ain't Enough. I recorded my last song out there with Grady Saxman. He did a great job on that one as well. We just put that one out about a month ago. So
Nice.
went back out there. If money allows it, we'll go out there and record music. But yeah, it's been a great experience just meeting, different songwriters and stuff like that. It's amazing for that.
I know we haven't been in Oklahoma super long, but do we have writing partners or folks that we are kind of kicking the ball around a little bit with?
For sure. Yeah. My guy, Rhett Embry, we played a show with him recently. Great band. If you guys haven't seen him, go see him. He's awesome. Yeah, I've talked to him a little bit about.
He was on last week too.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
Jake and Brad. It was a wild week.
Yeah, and Jake too. Yeah, I need to go write with him. The last time I went out to Nashville, we hung out for a bit, and we didn't get to write yet, but we need to write together sometime soon. They got a great sound. But yeah, out here in Oklahoma, you could throw a rock and hit a songwriter. It's
For sure.
It's very, very cool for a musician like me, somebody trying to learn how to songwrite and stuff like that. Especially in Fort Worth, I did an event out there with Trig 44 called Harmonies for Heroes. And met a lot of cool musicians out there. Lincoln Swansea, he was out there. So got to meet a bunch of those guys, and just in the works of setting up rights and stuff like that. So yeah, definitely.
Cool. Very good.
Yep.
Well, that's obviously you already know, but that's a great way to network and kind of expand your circle for sure. So
For sure.
I think he
Kudos to you on that.
wrote with half of the roster of the podcast.
yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, my whole playlist is your guys' roster, so yeah, it works out great.
All right. Well, that's good. That's good. All right. So let's talk a little bit about live performance and touring. Do you have a target, since we're coming into 26? Do you have a target on an eyeball of how many shows you ideally want to play? And it could be a month or a year, but I don't know how you look at it.
For sure. Yeah, I don't know about a year. I've never really counted. I try to play like 2 or 3 shows every week.
Okay.
So that's kind of about how I want to keep rolling it. It's always nice to get a couple weeks in there that you get a break and hang out. But then again, you got to go up against missing the birthdays and the friends parties and stuff like that. But that's just part of the business. You got to make some sacrifices to do what you want to do. And it doesn't mean that I don't love them, but
Right.
Yeah, but so yeah, I'd love to play 2 or 3 times a week, and if Lord willing, like even more than that. So yeah.
So are we at the point where like what percentage of your shows would you say at this point are full band, or versus just maybe doing an acoustic set?
Yeah, so this winter it's been more acoustic. My band still lives in Idaho, so
Okay,
we're trying to figure out a way that we can fly them out, go on tour for a couple weeks, and then send them back, and then I could do some more acoustic stuff. But yeah, that's kind of the way that we're probably going to try to go about it. Yeah, just fly them out, go on tour for a couple weeks or a month or so, and
sure.
let them go back home and hang out with their families and stuff. They're young dudes. They just graduated high school this last year, so
Oh,
um,
dang, really young.
yep,
Okay,
yep.
we
So
got to lie to get them in the bar.
yeah, yes, exactly. That's another problem that it's a good time. Like there's been a few times where they'd have to sit outside while the opening band's playing, and then they can come inside when we go on. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's been awesome. I miss those boys to death. They're awesome. They kind of helped me create the sound that we're doing right now. So yeah, but that's kind of the way that we're going to try to go about it this year.
Okay. Um, Everybody has a kind of a, I shouldn't say everybody. A lot of people have a pre-show ritual, um, or some process that they protocol, whatever you want to call it. Do you have one in terms of right before the show? What happens in your world?
Man, not really. I feel like that's something that I need to work on too. Just
Sure.
like get a ritual or a pre-show kind of deal. But I always like to say a prayer before I go on the stage, and but I don't really drink or anything before or during shows either, just because I treat the shows just as professional as I possibly can.
That's
If
smart.
I'm slurring my words, man, that's no good. But after the show, whatever happens happens. But yeah, so not really, but I'll work on it and I'll let you know as soon as I figure one out.
Yeah, that's cool. This is usually the point where Soul Gravy hops in and tells a story about somebody in his band that
Oh, geez.
was overserved, but since he's not joining tonight, we'll just
Also,
roll
I
with
gotta
that.
tell you, Soul Gravy, I watch your videos
Uh,
of you singing, dude.
uh-oh.
You got a good voice.
Man, I appreciate that. Thank you very much.
Heck yeah.
We all enjoy Soul Gravy.
Learning as I go.
Heck yeah.
Somebody else that's on Smoke Show is Chris Matthews, I believe, if I'm not mistaken. I'm for those that haven't figured out, I haven't asked very many questions because I'm not feeling that great. But he has a show with Chris coming up in Tulsa on December 29th.
Yep.
So that's
Yeah. I'm
that's
actually
cool
at
to
Chris's
see
house right
things
now.
like that. Oh,
Yeah.
okay,
Yeah.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah.
all right.
He's letting me
What's up,
borrow his
Chris?
mics and stuff, but
So
Yeah,
he's letting you check the stuff out before he comes on.
yeah. Heck
Okay,
that's
makes
Angsty
sense.
Chris
Makes
is
sense.
brilliant.
Guinea
Right?
pig. Gotcha.
yeah.
All right. I have a few more questions, and we'll get to rapid fire.
Sweet.
Um, since we're close to, I mean, we're pretty close to the end of the year. Anything specifically that you want to accomplish, or goals, or things that are out there that you want to get done in 26?
Yeah, I think I want to get, good at social media. It's not something that I hate. Like I enjoy doing it. It's just more like the ideas thing. You got to come up with something new every day, something that people have never seen, something controversial. So it's just that's going to be a learning curve for me. I want to get really good at it. Just so that people can kind of get they can go to a show, and see me play on the stage, but they don't really get to see like who I am and what I'm all about. So I think, letting people see, who Heath Owens is going to
Yep.
be a cool part of 2026 for sure.
Are there any artists that you've maybe seen on social media that you're like, oh, I should do? Not that you should copy them,
For
but
sure.
kind of as an example of folks that kind of have it figured out to a certain extent. Anybody that sticks out to you?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like I've you guys for one, I've watched your podcast a lot, and I think it's cool to
Feels like a sucker.
no, I'm serious. Like I love watching podcasts of artists and kind of getting to know them. So I think it's cool, like what you guys are doing. Plus, I've heard it mentioned on here before, but like Braxton Keith does these little YouTube videos, and I like to watch those too because you get to kind of see the ins and outs of how he lives his tour life. The
Sure.
Huser brothers, they kind of did the same thing for a while. I think they stopped doing that, but I watched like every single one of those too, just to kind of feel like I get to know them a little bit better. But yeah, guys like that do like those little YouTube videos to, kind of day in the life, or, watching, how road road life goes for them. I think it's pretty fun to watch. Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild. We work with a few different artists, and some of the things that tend to do the best seem to be like the most mundane thing, or I think that they're the most mundane things. But I'm also old, so I don't always get it. But um, just like load in, which is not that exciting. I got to be
No.
honest, but
Nope.
people like go nuts over load in. I'm like, all right, guys, we're just doing load in videos for a while,
Yep.
because that's what everybody likes.
Yep.
So
Yeah, I've always said that too. Like the load in, load out. That's what a musician gets paid for, really. Like to go play
right.
shows, you get paid to do that, and then you just have fun on the stage. That's what
Definitely.
it is. Yep.
All right, I'm
Yep.
gonna ask this one. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, Solgrave.
No, I was just gonna just point out that, like what Heath was talking about, we've had some artists on that aren't into the socials and stuff, and they are reluctant to do that kind of thing. But like I think I'm trying to think of the Josh Ward for one was somebody that was kind of talking about that, and my thought is if you're a music fan, whoever you would have been up and coming when you were up and coming, whoever you would have been a fan of, if you could have saw that peek behind the curtain of your favorite artist, you would have ate that shit up especially as
Yeah.
as a younger person in general. So I guess just artists try to keep that in mind because it creates a connection with folks, even though the socials might not be a natural thing for you. It does create a connection.
For sure.
Yep.
That's all
Yeah.
I got.
Social media is a crazy thing. Like, it's weird because I mean, you could have 200 followers, but if you look at 200 people in a room, like it looks like a lot of people. So I mean, social media
hard
kind of
it is.
blows stuff out of proportion a little bit, because you don't realize that 200 people is a lot. So I guess just talking to other artists out there, like I think it's pretty cool. Like no matter what level you're at, man, like you can make a difference in those people's lives, and I think that's pretty cool. Yeah.
That's a cool perspective. I have 5 people in my house, and it's rare that I can get more than one to listen to me at the same time. So 200 seems like a ton to me. But,
Right.
all right. So I'm curious. After the show, you go hang out and sell some T-shirts and some koozies and ball caps and whatnot. Folks come up to you and they say, "Well, what do they say?"
Oh man. Uh, you know, I wouldn't say I have any like crazy stories about that, but you always get those drunk people that are, and I love this, by the way, so don't take this the wrong way, but they always go like, "Oh, keep going, like you're going to make it." And I get that a lot, and I think a lot of artists get that. And
Sure.
I was talking to my parents about this the other day. I think it's really cool because you're not only like sharing your music with them, but you're like giving these people that might not have anything to believe in, like something to believe in. So like seeing you make it is like a big deal to them because they got to see you in that little bar that you played. So them coming up, and as annoying as it gets, you could say annoying, but all those people, like they truly believe that you can do it. And I think
Yeah.
that's super
We
cool.
need that.
So yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
sure.
And that's just like those little things where it's like, you could look over that or you could take that and run with it and use that as fuel, and I think that's a big deal. Yeah. So I
We
get
all
that a lot.
everybody needs that. We just wish they weren't slurring when they said it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do they really mean it?
Could y'all say that just a little bit? Maybe a few beers ago. Thank you. That would.
No, but yeah, you get that one a lot for sure. I think that's a common one. Yeah.
Makes sense. Well, I'm curious, do you ever get the person that comes up? I'm sure. Well, first of all, I know there are people that come up and give you advice, but
Yeah.
my question is more along the lines of, "Hey, you remind me of vocally of this
Yeah.
person." Do you ever
Yeah. I've
do you ever
actually,
get that?
yeah, I've got Garth Brooks a lot, which is, I don't know.
Hmm.
I think in
Yeah.
some cases, yeah. I also get Billy Joe Armstrong from Green Day. So whenever I do like punk
Cool.
songs and stuff like that,
Yeah.
I sound a lot like him. But yeah, Garth Brooks and Green Day. Yeah, that's like the main two.
Well, I mean, between the two of them, they sold a few records, so,
Yeah, just a
they could be
couple.
worse,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, for sure.
Cool. If you were gonna kinda describe, let's talk about your full band show. If you were gonna describe what your live show is kinda like for somebody that, you we're trying to get folks out to come see you, how would you describe it?
I'd say, no matter how big the venue is, it's pretty intimate. I try to make it as intimate as possible. Like, it's not, rare for me to call somebody out in the crowd and say, like, how you doing, or something like that, or ask somebody, like, where you from, or something like that, and just get some. I like to, connect with the audience as much as possible. But it's just all about passion. Like, no matter what song it is, if you put your all into it, it could be, Tennessee Whiskey, and it could be the most high energy song you have on the set. I think, it's all about passion. I think if you're passionate about what you're doing on the stage, then you can have those people join in on that journey with you. And from an artist standpoint, I think I wouldn't say we're like in your face, but we're definitely gonna grab your attention for sure. Yeah.
Okay, great. One more topic before we get to the rapid fire, and then I mean, I feel like Soul Gravy is in good enough shape to ask the final question, so we don't want to break the streak. So,
Let's
um,
go.
I got another question too. When
okay,
you
yeah, fire away.
when you do cover gigs, because I don't know, I'm curious when you do the 3-4 hour shows and you got to do some covers. What are some covers that you like to play? What's like your wheelhouse of covers?
Yeah. So if I'm doing a band gig, I love rock and roll, I love punk rock, and I love reggae. So I love covering like Sublime, Green Day, Blink-182, Foo Fighters, stuff like that.
Okay,
So
I'm glad I
band
asked.
Yeah, so band shows are a little bit more high energy, but we do songs like some Red Clay Strays and stuff like that. I love shows to be kind of like a roller coaster. So if we can make you cry 1 second and we can make you like jump up and down 1 second, then that's a win for me. But acoustic shows, I'd say I go more towards like I kind of stay a little bit more upbeat than most people, acoustic show wise. So I love doing like Sturgill Simpson songs like You Can Have the Crown. I love doing Garth Brooks songs,
So
like to
that's
Keith Whitley to even Green Day, so
it is odd how when you're by yourself the vibe changes as
yeah.
far as even your set list is concerned. It's like when you're with your boys, you want to do. I don't know. I don't know. It is odd how that changes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's weird. Yeah, I mean, it's tough to rock out when you're by yourself with
Oh,
an acoustic
definitely.
guitar, so you'd understand that. But yeah, I try to keep it as high energy and fun as I can, even without the band. So yeah.
yeah.
And
Folks, tune in
the
on Friday. Soul Gravy's going to be feeling better, and he's going to be rocking out on live. So
maybe, hopefully.
we'll see.
I'm tired of laying around. I'll go ahead and ask my last question besides the final most important question.
Sure.
I don't know, man. You seem like a really for lack of better words, because my brain's moving slow, a thoughtful person. So I want to know when we say you've made it, when the drunk guy at the bar says you've made it, what does that mean to you? Not the drunk guy, but when you actually when we say
Also,
you have made it, what's
Uh,
that? What does making it mean to you?
Man, I feel like that's a tough question. Because I think it could mean a lot of different things, where because you could even say that I made it now, if my goals weren't to go, play bigger stuff. Um, but I think it's for each person it's different. But I think making it in terms of like money and like fame, like I would love to like sell out like my own tour and stuff like that. And have some, or open up for some guys that I've listened to my whole life, like Josh Turner and stuff like that, or maybe go on tours with them. Um, but I'd say like really, if I didn't make it any further in music, I'd be pretty happy with where I'm at. Cause like it's paying the bills and, people are listening. And if I can make a difference in people's lives, I think that's what truly music really is about, that's how it started and, from hard times, so I think if you can make a difference in people's lives, then I think you've made it. But, in terms of touring and stuff like that, I would really love to just sell out my own tour. I wouldn't say like stadiums, but, I would love to sell out my own tours. Yeah.
great
Good
answers.
deal. Hmm.
I haven't asked this one yet, and I've always wanted to. So I didn't think Soul Gravy was going to be asking questions. So I made time for this one. What's your pedal board look like?
Oh, man, that's a good one.
Thanks.
So yeah, so I always rock the the tube screamer. Got a tube screamer.
Okay.
I got this new pedal. It's called the Duke of Tone. It's like the smaller version of one called a King of Tone. And I love
Okay.
that pedal. I got one called a OCD. My pedal board is like full of overdrive pedals for no reason. I don't
Yep.
need them all, but I have them.
No, I understand.
Yeah, I have you gotta have the tuner. I have like one of those Shure wireless deals, which is a game changer. If you're a musician and you don't have one, invest in that. It's amazing. Walk around the stage way easier. Walk around in the crowd, who cares? Like, you're not gonna lose connection. It's good. Yeah, then I have like a little what is it? The tremolo. I love the tremolo. Just adds like a little bit of texture, to that rhythm guitar that you don't really have, and you don't have to like mess around with the, bar and stuff like that.
All right.
But yeah, that's about it. I don't have a compressor or anything like that. I probably should, but oh well. It's
You
my
only
pedal
need
board.
2,
I'll do
but
whatever.
whatever. Yeah,
Yeah,
for
but
sure.
I've been thinking about going digital. But I just love an amp, I love like feeling it on the stage. So if you can feel your amp, it just feels good. Yeah.
I understand. All right. So this is the rapid fire section of the evening. Most of these don't require a ton of thought, and if you don't like the question, you can just say pass.
Okay.
So, do you use Spotify? Do you listen to music on Spotify?
Yep.
Okay. Do you remember who was on your Spotify Wrapped this year? Because I think it just came out in the last couple of weeks.
Let's see. I think it was Muscadine Bloodline. Gosh, I can't remember all of them. Muscadine Bloodline is my favorite band of all time, though. So they were number one for sure. I think a couple guys put out new albums this year that I really dug. I can't remember who it was. Cody Johnson was probably on there. I
Sure.
probably had some sort of punk band on there. And then it was probably Sublime too. I listened to a lot of Sublime. So,
All right.
yeah.
Good. No wrong answers. Those are all great answers.
Sweet.
The chat wanted to know what amp are you using with those pedals?
So I use a Black Star. It's kind of like it's called the Saint Francis or something like that. So it's like the more British version of a Black Star amp. Black Stars are classic, or usually used for like blues stuff. But this one's a little bit more British, so you get a little bit better rock tones out of it. I try to record with it, which I don't really like recording with it. It doesn't sound good. But live shows, it sounds great. I love that thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
Good question.
Thanks, Jake.
My next question is, well, in this hypothetical scenario, you're starting a podcast, and because I'm sure that's one more thing you want to do, but you get to have a guest on, and it can be anybody. I would prefer it if it's somebody musical, but who would be your first guest?
As of right now, it would probably be let's see. Man, I'd probably have like Co Wetzel or maybe somebody like back in the day. Probably like Buck Owens, honestly. Just to have a conversation.
That's a good answer.
With him. Yeah.
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 For sure. All right. So I want to know what you've seen some good ones, you've seen some bad ones, but what does your ideal green room look like?
Yeah. Let's see. So I love a good trailer green room. So it's not really in the venue, it's just outside, like at a fair or something like that. But actually I just say I've already been in it. So my drummer and bass player, they love Red Bull. So, and they're not old enough to drink yet, so we just had like the fridge packed with Red Bull, and they had like some snacks in there. They had a TV, and they had like I can't remember if it was a PlayStation or Xbox, but they had that in there too. And that's all we really need right there. Some water, and that's it. Yeah.
Nice. And that was in the trailer?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, very cool. All right, good answer. I want to know about a song of yours that you really are proud of, but for whatever reason it maybe hasn't caught traction that it maybe deserves.
For
So
sure.
we call it the underloved song question.
Okay. Yeah, so I'd say like my last song, I wouldn't say it's like my best my best writing, but I do love the sound of it. It hasn't really caught on quite yet. My first song that I put out was called Torn, and I actually wrote that song about like moving away, going to college, and like, you know, kind of missing home and missing family, and, you know, going through that as like a young guy, you know. And that was I think that one a lot of people can relate to. I produced that song in my bedroom, so it sounds like crap. So I cringe every time I listen to it. But I do love the writing of that song, and I don't think I could write that song twice if I tried. So,
All right.
yeah,
Well, we'd like to give out homework. So Merry Christmas, everybody. Torn, and I think is it That Girl? Is that the last song?
it's called Ain't Enough. Yep.
Oh, Ain't Enough. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Folks, go give those a listen. While you're there, hit the follow button. I'm sure Heath would love to have you along the journey.
Heck yeah.
It's going to be a fun one. I have a couple more questions, and then we'll get you to I guess it's a big finish, but the big finish. First concert that you attended, and then the first concert that you paid to go see.
Yeah. My first concert was Rodney Atkins. Yeah, I was really young, and I don't even remember like anything else from that time, but I remember that concert, and yeah, it was amazing. That's all I can remember. The first concert I paid for was Highway 30 Music Fest.
Oh,
yeah.
Shout out to Gordy.
Yeah, paid for
Absolutely.
1 day pass, and I think it was either to see Co Wetzel or Hardy. I can't remember. It was like not too long ago. But yeah, that was the first one.
Yeah, a ton of fun. 2 more questions. You got to add your music to any soundtrack. It could be a movie, it could be a TV show, it could be whatever, but what are you choosing?
Probably any Adam Sandler movie.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah, I think that'd be great because they're all classic soundtracks on his movies. Yeah, probably Adam Sandler movie, or I'm a big like war movie guy, so that'd be cool too. Yeah.
All right. Shout out to Adam Sandler. We don't get that very often.
We haven't had that one. Yeah.
Nope. And then this question is, all right, I want to know a bucket list venue in Idaho, in Oklahoma, and then one somewhere else. So you got to give me 3 bucket list venues that you want to play.
Okay. Yeah, so Idaho, the Idaho Ford Center, it's like the biggest venue there. I haven't played that one
Boise?
yet. Yep, it's in Boise. Yep, technically Nampa, I think, but it's all the same.
Close by. Yep.
Yeah. But yeah, the Ford Center. Been to a lot of concerts there, seen a lot of great artists. So that's a huge one. Yep, huge one. Oklahoma, you probably heard it a million times. Kane's Ballroom. It's a great venue.
Sure. Yeah.
But I think it'd be cool to just like sell that place out, man. That'd be an experience that, you know, not a lot of people get to experience. So that's a good one. And then, gosh, probably like the Ryman or the Grand Ole Opry. I think that'd be pretty cool to play at. Yeah.
Got most of the country covered with that answer. So
yeah.
We like to wait until these things happen and then take credit for them once you do book those places. So
perfect.
Just keep that in mind.
Yeah, I've never been to Canes, but I hear that we're on a bathroom stall. We have a sticker there.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah. We're there
everywhere.
We're in the green room.
Green room. Okay.
Yeah, we're in the green room, which is pretty cool. So
yeah,
that is awesome.
Yeah.
I've never been there, but I've been there.
You made it. Yeah.
I know.
Yep. All right. Well, Heath, thank you for putting up with rapid fire and all the goofy questions tonight, folks. If you haven't already found Heath, what are your socials? What's your handle so everybody can follow along?
Yeah, all my socials, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, are Heath Owens Music, just like that. Yep. Perfect. And then Spotify, Apple Music, all that stuff is just Heath Owens. Yep.
Great. All right, folks, you have a little bit of homework. But we appreciate you being here tonight. This feels like the big wind up. Soul Gravy, are you ready?
I'm ready. All right.
Here's a final question.
This started as a joke on episode 1, and now there's a requirement that we ask this. So Heath, I know he already knows the question because he's done homework on this already. What is your favorite Little Debbie snack?
I gotta go with the I think it's a Cosmic Brownie.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think Logan Ryan said the same thing. So Logan,
He did.
Yep.
Shout out to Logan.
Heck yeah.
All right, folks. Thanks for joining us. Don't come back tomorrow. Go do Christmas Eve stuff tomorrow, and then come back and hang out with us next Tuesday. And we're looking forward to it.
All right.
Heath, thanks.
See you.
Appreciate it, man.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you.
All right. See y'all. Take care.